Hey everybody, it is JPT back here with Timber and Stone, and well, at the point where we gotta pull the trigger. We gotta realize if we're gonna keep playing on this particular map. It's been a few days since I've actually played this map. I was actually playing a different kind of map. There's our guy leaving from the last episode. Let's see, a live spider, okay. Gotta decide if we're gonna keep working on this map or not. Right now I'm leaning towards no. It's going to take quite a bit to get back to where we need to go. But I've learned a lot of lessons. Hopefully you guys learned a few things as well. That's usually what it takes. One of the things that I didn't do that I would highly recommend is I just really didn't focus on getting copper. Copper will get you some really good tools early on. Plus, you don't always have to build... You always don't have to build a settlement right away. That was kind of my other problem too. Let's see, so we've got Zach, we've got Vincent, David, and Bruce. That's it, we just have 4 people. And that's a lot of responsibility. Or wait, maybe we've... No, you're dead, aren't you? Wait, what is this guy doing? What is he doing? Let's unpause. Oh, wow. He dead. He's dead. So, yeah, again, it's just kind of like, I don't know about this. I'll zoom out a little bit. Curious. Curious. Oh, too far. Sorry about that. So, we've got our fisherman here. Does he even have a... Yeah, he's got a fishing pole. But, you know, holding down Q and looking at stone and stuff like that, making sure you're getting all your bases. That kind of thing. I don't know. It just seems like I'm so disconnected from this build at this point that I may just want to quit. But we'll decide at the end of the episode. We'll let some time pass and figure out how we're going to go from there. But a couple of things. The enemy basically pathfinded to where they thought the guy was that they were doing. Of course, he came out. They went in. They don't sort of stop and autocorrect their pathfinding. But that will be changed. That will be changed in the future updates. So that's iron, that's tin. There's a little bit of copper there. I don't even know what kind of tools we're working with. Let's see. Does he have a good... I don't even think he has anything. He's supposed to have a pickaxe. Didn't look like it. Oh yeah, we're never going to get that done. And we'll take that out. Let's see. We got lots of stone pickaxes. Can we even make copper? Yeah, we can make a few coppers. Ah, copper C. Do I have... Yeah, this is the blacksmith. I don't even know if I have anybody that's worthy of being a blacksmith. I don't remember because I was playing my other one. Yeah, I guess Zach could. But we currently have 0 logs, which is a big problem. So we're gonna make sure. Why does he have a stone hammer? He shouldn't. He should have an axe. That usually goes a long way. I thought about publishing my live stream. I did a live stream of another map. That might still make an appearance on here. I've been really busy. I apologize for that. Let's see. Yeah, we've got plenty of stone axes. Go ahead and hit play on that. Merchant has arrived. No, he hasn't. He left. He's gone. He's gone. As far as I know, he was gone, right? Where did he come from? There's a skeleton right there. Skeleton. Yeah, he went that way. I get that sometimes. If I load the map and they're not quite done. Alright, you're just standing there. And you're just standing there as well. Yeah, we don't have any logs at the moment. Why isn't he fishing? Oh, because he's not a fisherman. He's a carpenter. Fishy. Well, let's just change you to a blacksmith. See what happens. Oh, good. The copper pickaxe broke. Wonderful. Go ahead and add 3 of those and see what happens. He's gonna probably pick up another pickaxe. I would hope. Stone pickaxe. Yeah, that's not gonna get us very far in life. Not far at all. Nowhere near our storage capacity here. That is one thing I will tell you about, is that your wealth never goes down. And everything, I'm pretty sure, contributes to that. Even your just random stone blocks. So if you don't have to mine, don't. Especially early on, don't. And you may not necessarily want to connect your road right away, because that does contribute to enemies coming into your base. So I would recommend to just stay away from the road, and not necessarily the road, but the hall. The halls really do play a factor, and that's what played a factor into so much stuff spawning so quickly. I still had a pretty rough go of it, even though I didn't have a hall or a road in my other map. But oh, good. The forge has run out of fuel. Fantastic. Well, we'll just use coal and see what happens. Did he even craft those? Yeah, he did craft 2 of those. Interesting. But, you know, the one thing that you really want to focus on, I will say that these copper spears are pretty badass. I'm actually going to add one of those to the queue. Those things are pretty nice in close-up combat. Do you need tongs? Oh, fantastic. We don't have any wood logs. So, yeah. Again, not doing too great in that department, but he's got 9, so we should be okay. He should get rid of that hammer too now that he's coming back. I need tongs to work on the forge. I would recommend getting iron tongs as soon as you can, because they just seem to go through tongs like time is running out. We really need logs. We don't need too much more stone. Let's go ahead and switch him to a wood chopper. Go ahead and get yourself an axe. You don't need that pickaxe anymore either. This guy's just dead. He's just straight up dead. I'm pretty sure these guys go away once you relog, so it's not the end of the world. But as you can see, he was building, you know, had plans on building the walls. I think my next settlement is probably just gonna be super tiny. Super tiny. I'm gonna go minimalist for my next timber and stone map. Find a spot right in the middle of the map and just build the smallest thing I can. And I've in my other map, I've built a pretty good working facility. So outside of farms, I feel like I could be pretty good. But I would think, you know, focusing on fish is always a good idea. And then, you know, farms take a while to generate the food that you're looking for. So keep that in mind. I guess we can build this stuff now, if we wanted. He's building this copper spear right now. I don't recommend using coal. I just don't. It's not worth it. You'll need the coal more for the steel. So I guess he successfully created that, right? Crafting weapons, copper spears. Yeah, these copper spears, even these other ones, are awesome. I recommend it. They saved my butt many a times. Bows, you know, those are good too, but I don't know. Self bow's a little bit better. Oh, good, no more logs. Yeah, it's gonna take a while to recover from this, at least in terms of being on camera. So that for this series, like if I was just playing, I would try it. But since I'm recording this as well, next episode, I think the more and more I see it, the more and more I lean towards doing that. And you could be like, oh, you could get rid of these, you know, but they're getting the wood. We can speed that up too. It's just whether or not it's going to be worth it is the big question. Let's see, so we can build a bow. Let's go ahead and build a self bow. Although we don't have a carpenter just yet. Let's see what other resources we can make. And we've got a lot of tin. We don't necessarily need it though. Tin and copper make bronze, so just keep that in mind. So you need coal. You need lots of coal for steel. So that's the reason why I recommend not necessarily using that. So we're going to change that back over to wood. Is the other one still going? No, it's been empty for a while. So now he's just standing there. He's a fisherman by trade. Let's go ahead and have him become a builder, because there's still plenty of walls that he could build. Not the best use of our time, but why not? So yeah, basically as you build, your wealth level doesn't go down. So like as you get rid of blocks, it doesn't go down, it just continues to get bigger, from what I understand. And that calculates into how enemies spawns happen on your map. So speaking of which, let's zoom around the map a little bit. So I'm just holding out Alt and using the mouse button to scroll the way down. That is as far down as you can go right now. So that level up is your deepest level. So if you're going to do strip mining, I recommend not doing it in a sort of low area. The higher the area, the better. Now we have one of those poles. Anybody can really kill spiders. Any villager, if they see it, for the most part, will kill it. It's always beneficial though for it to be a forger or forager, not a forger. He's gonna forge your signature. That has like a honey knife, or even just a sword or a pole, like a not a nerd pole, but a spear kind of weapon. That's always helpful. But clear the spiders. They're pretty easy compared to all the other stuff. If you have skeletons and goblins, you might risk leaving them alone, especially if they're really close to each other, because they try to kill each other. And skeletons usually win that battle, which is pretty nice. Skeletons, goblins, you know, they're a little nasty. Skeletons can be really nasty, but they're usually so much slower that you can kind of run away from them and control them a little bit better, at least in my opinion. So there's that. I mean, that's a good, valid strategy. Let me see if I can get... I don't think there's anybody free. Yeah, see, they're all sleeping now, except for this dude over here. So this isn't very exciting. But, you know, I'm just talking strategy. If I were to do this again, I would probably not build the hall so quickly. And I honestly probably wouldn't have mined so quickly. I would have probably just sent somebody out to go find the copper and stuff that was on the surface. So always go looking for that, like coal and stuff like that. The earlier you can get a copper pickaxe, the sooner you can get like coal and tin and stuff like that. Iron takes a little bit heavy duty, a little bit more heavy duty equipment. So like those irons you wouldn't be able to get right away. But marking them for future, you know, use would come in handy. So, you know, a lot of people are like, "Oh, don't build the hall right away," and it's like, yeah, you have a good point, but sometimes in, you know, situations it's a good strategy if you want to get just right into the enemy stuff. Kind of the idea I'm having, honestly, is kind of let's see, this base is a little big. I think I would probably do something, if this was a square, let's say, you know, this is a square, obviously, if I draw a line here, I'd probably just do a big circle, just a big tower, almost like a tower, have people live in, you know, work on the main level, live on the second floor, and then probably have farms on the top. So I'm going to try that. I think that's what I'm going to try in my next episode, kind of mix it up and have a little bit of fun with it. How much, okay, so he's probably going to fall asleep pretty soon too, and that might just go ahead and end it for me. Units will, as soon as they wake up, they will go and get food, and of course you want to look and see if what their traits are, because if they're an overeater, they'll eat more than they should, and that's pretty much something that they do as soon as they wake up, just like you would. Okay, so he's sleeping now. I'm just trying to think of some other stuff I can talk about. So like, this guy's clumsy and cowardly, but he has a strong back. Like, this wouldn't necessarily be somebody that you would want to send out into the wilderness to fight things, or to have the ability to fight things, because he would perhaps turn around and run away. As you can see, the morale is kind of down a bit. Not 100% sure if my guy's dying so bad did that. Health-wise, if you get attacked and you want your guy is down on health, immediately go into your preferences and change this to scheduled sleep, and whatever it is, I would say, like, this was late afternoon, you do, oh, now he's waking up, so like late afternoon, dusk, and evening, like at least 3, maybe 4 if they're really, really hurting, because that's the only way that they can currently gain health. So we're just going to go ahead and switch that back. But as you saw, he stood up as soon as I said scheduled sleep, and he'll do it again. if I didn't have this one selected. But since I do, he'll sort of figure it out and go back to sleep. So that's how you basically get your units to heal. A couple of you actually said that. I appreciate it. I did get confirmation on the message boards about that particular thing, and it is a good strategy to just go ahead and like put him to sleep. Not like a pet or anything like that, but and beds always make you rest faster, or at least get your energy level back up, so you're not so fatigued. Man, I did put that backwards, didn't I? It just looks kind of silly. But I think I will. I had like a 2.5 hour live stream. I was using a modded version of Timber and Stone that didn't spawn any enemies because I just wanted to build something. I built a warehouse, and now that this guy's awake, he's going to be here just in time for us to call it quits. So the next videos you see may be part of that live stream. I'm leaning towards that. I think I'm going to get maybe 3 videos out of that. And he's just kind of waiting because I don't think we have any trees to cut down. Let me grab him real quick and tell him to carry the... Oh, where's it at? Let me go ahead and push pause. Pole arm, that's what those are called. So if he grabs that, we'll make him walk over here. He should use that in combat. Let's see if he will. I don't know if he's going to do that or not for me. Sometimes people are a little weird. Let's go ahead and change him to a forager. He should pick that up. Go ahead and get rid of that axe. Wow, that tree grew right as soon as we did that. Does he have the pole arm? No, he doesn't. Do we have a hunting knife? Let's see. Yeah. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just pick up things when they're supposed to. Let's go ahead and make him walk over here and see if he catches on to it. He may not. Sometimes the inventory... I don't know why that is. I think I need to figure that out. But I have found that kind of just changing their professions will basically make them update their inventory. Interesting. Let's just go ahead and tell him to put the hunting knife in his main hand. Oh well, let's just go over there. Let's just go over there and have fun. Where's that spider? Mr. Spider, where'd you go? Oh, there he is. I see him now. Just have him come over here. And sometimes they'll act stupid. Sometimes they're like, oh, I need to eat. And so they'll turn around and they won't go where they're supposed to. Ooh, there we go. Clicked on him. I don't think he picked up any of that stuff. We'll keep that screen pulled up though. So right now he's walking. It's a forced move, because I told him to do it. When it comes within sight of that spider though, that's when things will get interesting. So he spotted it. He's right there. So he's got pretty good vision, considering it says bad vision. So you can, right click on that and make it go away. I'm going to go ahead and pause it and then kind of see what happens. So now he's going to wait and haul because of that, unless you charge the enemy. And then what I'll do is I'll tell him to stop completely. And sometimes you have to force the subject. Sometimes they will. So like right there, he killed it. Like that. On some of those, you do kind of have to be like, okay, now I want you to do that. Although I want him to gather those resources. So you gotta kind of micromanage your units still, and I know that's one of the goals for the game, is so that you don't have to do that. It's almost like you set it and forget it kind of situations, which is not a bad thing. But he'll go ahead and gather those resources from the dead spider. You've seen this before if you've watched any of my other videos. But yeah, I think we're gonna probably start fresh. I went out of town this past weekend, and so I didn't get to record any videos of any series. I have a few things I'd like to get back into. This is one of them, so don't worry about that. Does he have anything in his inventory? No, he doesn't. So he didn't get really anything from that, which is kind of weird. But yeah, see, he just even his fist alone penetrated the spider's legs. He lost a little bit of health, I think, in that battle. I'd have to go back and review the footage. But yeah, I would just recommend, starting off trying to get that copper as soon as you can. Building weapons, being weaponized, being just at least ready to go, knowing who are your good soldiers and your bad soldiers, and, not building the hall right away if you don't need it. You don't need the hall right away unless you got a really bad luck with some of the seeds and stuff, but even then it's not a guarantee. So they will follow the roads into town better. They'll hang out in the hall, but I have found that they kind of just hang out wherever they stop working, and that's usually not the end of the world. So that's going to do it for at least this map in this particular episode of Timber and Stone. If you learned something, leave a like. If you didn't learn anything, still leave a like if you were at least entertained. That lets me know that what I'm doing is a-okay. And again, more on this particular thing in the future. Is this a new guy? This has to be a new guy. It is. See? That's how it works. He's trying to give me hope. Charismatic, overeater, and clumsy. This is a good strategy. Like, if that's the other strategy. If you just build your hall right away, you get migrants that come in based on your food, I'm pretty sure. And since we were maintaining a good number of people with the food that we had, this doesn't come as a big surprise, other than he's a decent woodchopper and he's a good infantry guy, so I would accept him. But I think I want to mix it up a bit. I've done enough of this kind of building. I want to do something radically different. It doesn't have to be sort of Renaissance-esque, I guess, or I can't think of the right word. But we'll go ahead and accept that guy. But you know, this is going to be it for this map. I'll save it, and if I ever decide to come back to it, you'll know, because you'll know this as Palmerville. That's how I know it as well. So until next time, this is JPT. Go play your games.